Your chefs for today will, of course, be Hidalgo County Judge Richard Cortez. Yay. Followed by our trusted and very famous meteorologist, Mr. Tim Smith. And closing the cooking school, none other than our mayor, Ramiro Garza Jr. Mayor, we cannot wait to see what you're cooking up. At the end of the cooking school, probably about noon, there's going to be some goodie bags that we're going to be handing out while supplies last, but you need to turn in a survey first before you get that goodie bag. And now I'm going to leave you in very capable hands. Chief Sulemana, let's get started. Thank you, sir.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us here. I'm Isaac Sulemana. I'm Chief of Staff for Hidalgo County Judge Richard Cortez, and today we want to extend a very special thank you to the City of Edinburgh. Mayor Garza, thank you. Thank you all for being here in the name of preparedness. Many of you may not be familiar with the cooking school, but in his many responsibilities, Judge Cortez serves as Emergency Management Director for Hidalgo County. And together with Chief Ricardo Saldaña, who's our Emergency Management Coordinator for the county, they run the Office of Emergency Management, which we typically refer to as OEM. OEM is responsible for preparing for, responding to, and recovering from disasters. Our OEM staff comes from a wide variety of backgrounds and specializations, and together as a team, they advise Judge Cortez and the individual EMCs and the mayors of each of the respective cities. Today, we find ourselves in the area of preparedness and preparing ourselves for hurricanes. And not just hurricanes, but all types of emergencies. The storms over the last few weeks have shown us how important it is to be ready for the unexpected. You can find yourself without power, necessities at any time, not just during a hurricane. And that's why emergency preparedness experts recommend that any family be prepared to sustain themselves for a period of 72 hours. We know that cooking, specifically for a family without electricity, can be very challenging. In August of 2022, well actually before August of 2022, the County Judge's Office, together with AgriLife and Dr. Valdez, partnered to begin the cooking school for emergencies. In August of 2022, they were awarded one of the prestigious Best Practices Awards from the Texas Association of Counties. Today, the cooking school aims to prepare a community to incorporate more whole foods while having to feed our families during an emergency by allowing us to explore multiple recipes and to remind us that you can never be too prepared. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and hopefully you're in for a great morning together with our two cooks, our two head cooks, Dr. Valdez and Judge Cortez. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Well, as we get started, if we all follow the Bible and stuff like that, you know, we've been taught that God created man first, but he knew very quickly that he needed to create a woman to help us because we were going to be in trouble if we had to go through life by ourselves. Doctor, it's always great to work with you and be with you here today. You know, we've been doing this for a couple of years now. And it's been very enjoyable, but it's also been very beneficial in really learning that you can create some very tasty, wholesome foods in times of emergency when you don't have the normal electricity, the normal instruments and utensils, you know, to help you do that. And earlier, if you weren't here, when I walked in here, I said, "What are we doing with a bottle of bourbon?" No, this is maple syrup. So don't, for you all that were thinking that it was something else, it's not. Well, Doctor, what do you think? What do you want us to cook today?
No, so thank you, Judge, and thank you, Mayor Garza, for inviting us, Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service. We're very proud of this Dinner Tonight Emergency Preparedness Program. It started here in Hidalgo County. It's now available throughout the state for county extension agents like myself to do in their counties so that not only are we prepared, but our entire state is prepared. So if everyone got their cookbook, we are going to be demonstrating recipes from this cookbook today. This cookbook is designed for a family of 4, 3-day menu so that you can buy your food, your shelf-stable food and vegetables, and you can buy those now. You can buy the vegetables 2-3 days ahead if we're tracking a storm, and keep those on the counter, and we'll be prepared. But today we're going to start off with our breakfast. How are you breakfast, Judge? You a breakfast person?
Only when there's somebody there to cook it for me.
Well, lucky for you, this one is an easy one. We are going to make some maple banana nut oatmeal. So while this recipe, the only electricity we need is this electric kettle here. But if I can get you to start chopping some of those bananas.
How many do you need?
Just one.
Just one?
And while that heats up and we prepare our oats, the great thing about this recipe, and Judge and I were talking about this earlier. Go ahead and cut.
No.
Oh, your knife's right here.
No, I need.
Oh, yes, sanitize
Okay.
first, safety first, is that these recipes are very filling. So whether you're in the recovery phase, right, and we're post-storm and you're maybe trying to clean up your yard and clean branches and those things, this still is going to keep you full. Okay, so oatmeal is a great pantry staple. Everybody probably already has some in their pantry, right? They quick really fast. These are the instant oats. It can be purchased many days ahead. So first we're going to bring our water to a boil. I'm going to add just a pinch of salt to this, just to get a little bit of flavor in here. And this is going to boil pretty fast, so we're going to cook that really nicely. What we're also going to do, we're just going to do half a cup of oats in here. How's it going there, Judge, on the banana?
Surgeon, I'm not going to be, but I can cut this banana.
Well, bananas are full of fiber, so they're going to keep
Okay.
you full. See, we've got our water boiling already. So I'm going to have you mix this for us. There we go. All right, so I'm going to pour you 1 cup of water here, and you're going to pour that into our oats. And the oats are we're just going to give that a stir while those cook. So why don't you
Now, was
stir?
that boiling or just hot?
That is just boiling water. Okay. Can stir that in here. Here, we'll put. There you go. All right, so why don't you stir that, and I'll prep our maple syrup. Okay. So the oats are also a really good source of carbohydrates and fiber. So they're going to keep us full. They're going to keep us full of energy, which is important, right? Because the last thing you want is to be stuck at home without any power, and maybe you have a family member that, when are we going to eat? I'm hungry, right? We want to keep them full, and we don't want to feed them junk during that time either. So go ahead and give that some power there. And that'll start to cook up. We're going to use about 3 tablespoons here of maple syrup just to sweeten it so it tastes good. And maple syrup is a natural sweetener. So if you get 100% maple syrup, you don't need any sugar or anything like that. That'll do its job. Okay, so while that cooks, Judge, why don't you tell us maybe what we need to be prepared here?
Well, you know, I hope this is fun today and that you learn, but it's also very serious that we take it serious. Hidalgo County reportedly in 2018 had 27% of our children were food insecure. Because of the pandemic, by 2020, that amount went to 37%. So it's very important that all of us learn and be prepared, because our children are dependent on us to feed them and help them. So we can't use the excuse that we didn't have electricity or something wasn't available, because that is no longer an excuse. There's enough information already. Hopefully we're going to help you with some of it today so that we can be ready, because we don't want our children to be left without, without a nourishable, food. But of course, we have elderly people. I was telling someone here that it's so important to also know your neighbors and know the people around you. We have many, many elderly people that sometimes can't move and do things together. So we have to be a community, a county that cares for one another. So having knowledge about how to care and how to help people is also very important. So hopefully, events like this help you do that.
Thank you, Judge. And as you can see now, our oats have cooked now in our boiling water. So we're going to add some chopped pecans to that. Why don't you sprinkle a few pecans on there?
Sprinkle, not all.
Sprinkle, not all. And pecans have a lot of fiber too, and they are full of vitamins. So, and then we can top with our bananas. And then we've got our banana nut oatmeal there.
No más? Okay.
I love bananas, so that's great. And there we go. That is our breakfast emergency preparedness recipe there.
Mayor. Con mucha confianza, véngase.
Okay, so I hope y'all enjoyed that. We are going to do some door prizes, I think, while we switch over to the next recipe. Any final words, Judge?
Just thank you for being here and thank you for caring.
Thank you.
Good morning. How many of y'all received the little cookbook? If y'all haven't done one, go out to the front and sign up and get your little book. Very important. They ran out already. My God, then there must be some very good ingredients in there. Aside from cooking recipes, there are some key safety issues that are in there. Eating safe with the power outage. You got the emergency alert, stay connected in there. Plus some more, okay? But while we're making the transition, please take the time and read it and find some good articles in there about good meals and go from there, okay? We're gonna give out the first door prize, okay? If you all look at the back of your cookbook, there's gonna be an autograph in it. The first one that we're gonna give has Judge Richard Cortez's autograph. Who has it? Over there in the corner. If you go to the table over here, they'll take care of you. Congratulations. Please take the time and fill out the survey, because at the end, when you turn in your survey, you're going to get a little goodie bag. So please take the time to fill out your survey. Very important. And then at the end of the event, you turn it in and you'll get a little goodie bag, okay? Doctor, we almost ready?
Yes, we are ready. If you want to welcome our next guest chef.
Okay. Our next guest chef is
Mr. Tim.
Tim Smith.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Clearly, the recipes are getting more complicated as the day goes on, right?
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, Mayor, but yes.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
the judge planned it. He got the easy one, right? It's good to see everybody this morning, and what a pleasure it is to be here to do this. We're going to do the honorary
Yes,
placing of the
we
apron.
are
the
going to
branding.
brand everybody in A&M Healthy South Texas
All right.
today.
There we go.
Here, let's just adjust this for your microphone.
All right.
There we go.
I'll turn around here. I'll tie it off back here. You can tie it
Yes.
off. I can't tie in front of me, let alone behind me.
But then how do you find those storms, Tim?
That's all in here.
Okay, so welcome to our dinner tonight emergency preparedness table. This is the first time we've been able to cook together.
This is the first time we've done this. It's an honor to be here with
Thank
you.
you so much.
You know, we were talking earlier about how important this is, not just for hurricanes, but how many times has your power gone out in the last couple of years, right? It goes out too many. Yeah, I saw that, too many. I told the mayor the one way to guarantee your power never goes out is to buy a generator. I bought a generator and the whole neighborhood's been out. My power, the generator hadn't turned on yet because the power won't go out. It's like, I want it to go out, so my generator won't work, and it won't go out. So
You got to test it.
So yeah,
right?
I know. So that's always a good option. But this is really important. You know, whether it's a hurricane or we saw what happened in the other end of the valley last week, and things like that do happen. You know, it's unusual but not unprecedented, and they do. So this is so important. So what are we doing today?
So we've already got our breakfast over there. We are making kind of a lunch side dish. We are making a Mexican bean salad. So this is also another recipe, very shelf-stable pantry ingredients that we can make a little bit more tasty with some cucumber and some lime juice and a little bit of dressing that we're going to make from some spices.
My wife will tell you Tim cooking is an oxymoron, so we're counting on you.
Well, I mean, you can prove her wrong.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
And there's video to prove it, right? Here
There
we go.
is. Okay,
All right.
so what I want to do to get to just first, if you can wipe down the tops of those cans
Okay.
with a wet paper towel,
right.
and then we're going to open those cans so you can open them and then drain them right there in that bowl.
You know, something that we talk about often on an emergency supplies kit is a handheld opener. We've all got electric can openers at home, you know, well, that's not going to work either when the power's out. So you need to have a way to open cans. So see if I remember how to use it. That's going to be, this one, I like this one. It's a pop top. That's my kind of can. All right, open all of them?
Yes,
Okay.
please, and you can just drain the extra liquid in there and then dump the veggies in there. We've also got some red onion and some jalapenos. Those I pre-prepped because I do not cook onion on stage. No one needs to see me cry today. And we don't need another medical emergency either, so I don't chop jalapeno on stage either. But, so while we've got, let's see, you've got the red kidney beans there, so those have a ton of fiber, are gonna keep you full and long lasting. I'm gonna chop up a cucumber. Cucumbers are okay on the counter. We have a very intense habit of getting vegetables from the grocery store and putting them right into the fridge, right? Tomatoes, cucumbers. Those grow outside. They love being outside, right? They're okay at room temp as long as they're not cut. So you can buy those a couple days ahead of time and then chop them up when you need them. But I'm gonna chop up this cucumber. How you doing there, Tim?
Good,
You
that
got
was-
some black beans.
Black beans, yep.
Right, full of fiber, straight from the pantry. And we're just gonna lively this up with some fresh cucumber, some onion, and some jalapeno.
The nice thing about this canned stuff is you don't have to wait until the hurricane's threatening to get it, right? Every time you go to the store, buy one more thing for your emergency supplies kit. So
Right.
you've got something in your, do I need to drain this one?
Yes.
Okay, that's a special, okay.
Yeah, you drain those tomatoes. That's
at that.
such a good point, is you can have everything in this recipe. You probably already have the spices already. Just buy the fresh vegetables, keep them on the counter until they're ready. Or you might also already have these vegetables anyway, right? They're things that we cook with all the time. Onion, jalapeno, cucumber,
And corn.
and corn.
All
Yeah, you
kernel
drain
corn.
that one. This is going to be a very colorful salad for us, so we do eat with our eyes, and as I was mentioning earlier, why don't you give that a little stir?
You got it.
As I was mentioning earlier, we don't want to have a medical emergency during a storm, right?
No, that's right. They can't get to you if you do. That's, you know, in Florida, it was interesting, in Hurricane Ian in Florida, one of the leading causes of death was people couldn't get the medical attention they needed because ambulances couldn't get to them because things were so bad. So you don't want things to go wrong. I mean, this will be the healthiest thing I've seen in a long time. Lunch yesterday was Buc-ee's.
Oh, that hurts me, Tim.
Buc-ee's is good, right?
Hurts.
Yeah.
Well, define good, I would say, but if you have a family member that has high blood pressure or diabetes or any other cardiac condition that are very aware of salt and sugar, these recipes are going to help, because the last thing you want to do is have a grandmother with high sugar or a cardiac problem, and just like you said, the ambulances can't get to you.
Right, exactly.
Okay, let's add in the cucumber in there.
In here, there we go.
Add in a little bit of onion, however much you like.
You're gonna get a bigger bowl.
A little bit. Do a little bit of that jalapeno there.
Goodness.
All
Don't sit in
right.
the front row, you're gonna get hit with food. It's dangerous up here.
Now let's do our salad dressing. I've got 2 tablespoons of oil.
Stay.
You want to switch that to this bigger bowl?
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
There you go.
I do that at home all the time too. It's always the wrong size bowl. I don't know about you.
And so we've got some olive oil, some chili pepper, a little bit of cumin, a little bit of garlic,
Oh yeah.
How's that
That
looking?
looks wonderful.
And a little bit of pepper. And we're going to mix that up.
Cool.
And I'll let you do the honors and pour this little dressing over there and give that another mix.
All of it?
All of it.
There you go, there we go, look at that. Oh, yeah, look at that.
And that would be complete without some chips.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Let's mix that in really nicely.
So we've got a colorful bean salad with some good veggies to keep us full, whether this be a good snack for you.
Yeah. Okay, you gonna just dump those in there? We're gonna
You can just put a
or
few on the side.
Just a few on the side?
Yeah, just a few on the
I
side.
can touch it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're okay.
Hang on. Okay.
Those
Oh,
are actually good,
They are
good
good.
corn chips there. Yeah, so we've got a nice little, this could even be dinner if you would like, but, oh, we're getting decorative now too.
Look at this.
Gosh, I don't cook with you and now you're decorating.
There you go.
There
I'm
we
spelling
go.
my name in there.
There we go. We've got a healthy bean salad that's fat-free, cholesterol-free, ready to keep us full.
Good job.
Oh, good job to you.
Thank
See,
you.
now you have cooked
I've cooked.
without
that.
electricity.
Could somebody send this to my wife, the picture? Show that I did this? Thank
Is
you.
there anything else that you want to mention that maybe we should prepare for when we see you on that TV, right, telling us to do that?
Once the jacket comes off, it's getting serious. Once
Yeah.
I roll the sleeves up, we're in big trouble, right? No, just know that you know, number one, it doesn't take a hurricane. We've seen many times in the valley where we've had serious flood events. We've had wind events just recently in the last month. Several of them have knocked out power. Rain events that cause problems. We've got all these problems, and it doesn't take a hurricane. We talked about the hurricane season forecast, but there's a famous hashtag that goes along with that forecast. It's hashtag, it only takes one, right? I don't care if there's 50 hurricanes. If nothing hits you, it's like, oh, it was a great year. But if there's one and it hits you, Hurricane Andrew was a good example of that back in 1992. The A storm was in September, and it wiped out South Florida. It only takes one. And so you've got to be ready regardless. So take advantage of this. The cookbook, get this stuff early. Don't wait until the last minute. By the time I'm on TV saying there's a hurricane warning, it's probably too late to get a lot of this stuff. So don't wait until that time. Start making your plans now. Think about what you're going to do so that if a storm threatens this year, you're ready. That's important. That's important. So be ready. And you got great recipes to do it. This is pretty good. It really is.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much
Dr.
for
Andrea.
being with us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Do you want the apron back? Do I have to give the apron back?
No, you can keep it. I mean, we gotta. You're a house divided. We gotta keep the A&M.
That's
sway.
true. You're right. You're right. I wonder if I can wear this on the air today.
We do what we can.
I'll have to ask. Thank y'all.
Chief Saldana?
While we're making the transition to our new chef, Mayor Garza, again, look at your little book. Look at the back of it for that autograph, okay? That's the next door prize. But before we go on, as Tim's mentioned, power outages. You got a little good tip there, what to do without electricity. Then what happens when power outages happen? Sometimes water plants go out. So we get water boil notices. There's some tips in here on how to boil your water for it to be safe and consumable. Okay? So please look at that book. It got some great tips in there. Again, let's look. The back of your book. Tim Smith. Who's got Tim Smith's sticker? All right, you're the winner. Go up here with the young lady. Are we ready, Doc? Mayor? There you are, Mayor. How are you? Go ahead.
All right, we are ready. How are you, Mayor Garza? Thank you for joining us.
Thank y'all for being here. I do want to take this time, I see another elected official here. We need to recognize everybody's elected officials. Ms. Leti Garcia, thank you for being here. She's with our school board also.
Oh, yes.
We're also with the county, but I just want to recognize everybody that is here.
Thank you. And this is our first time cooking as well, so
That's
thank
correct.
you so much for inviting us to council chambers. We are going to, you're our dinner segment today.
All right. No brisket today, okay? Somebody asked me, are you making brisket? I said no.
No. I don't know. If it's torrential rain outside, firing up the barbecue pit might
Right,
not be a
right.
wise choice.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, so let me just get this out of our way.
I was joking with the judge. I said, Judge, you've been doing this for, I didn't even know it was 2 years. So he's got a lot of experience with this. And he says, just listen to Dr. Valdez. You'll be fine.
Oh, thank you.
Take direction well.
Okay, so our dinner option are chicken tacos. So somebody asked me today, how are you making that? Well, we're gonna use some canned chicken today. So don't frown on canned chicken. Trust me, if you're in your house without power and you are hungry, it will do the job, right?
That's right.
So let's get started. So I'm gonna have you open up our canned chicken. If you wanna just clean the tops of that one and this one, please.
Right.
Okay, so we're just gonna combine our canned chicken and those green chilies in a bowl. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut this lime here. So again, shelf-stable ingredients, we're just using a lime and an avocado. And the avocado shelf-stable as well for a couple days, so buy it before.
Right.
Yes, let me get you this strain bowl. Here we go. Can drain it in there. All right. And you can do the chilies. Here, I'll put this bowl over here for you.
Alrighty.
So how are you on tacos? Every day of the week or just Tuesdays?
Most of the week.
Most of the week, right? And now we can have tacos, right, during an emergency. So
That's right.
here, I'll go
We
ahead.
gotta
and
have,
squeeze.
we gotta have them. Let's pour this in here.
And so chicken is going to be our protein in this dish. It will keep you full, like I said, if you are moving limbs or just waiting it out. Here, I'll let you go ahead and squeeze the other half of that lime in there. As you can see, these recipes come together very quickly, right? There are things that we already have that we just need to put together to make a tasty, healthy meal. Why don't you dump some onion in there too?
Oh, I don't know about Tim dumped the whole thing. I'm just gonna do half. Right, Tim?
Very tailorable.
It's
to your
tailorable to ours, so
taste,
I'll do
right?
half, so.
Tailorable your to
Sorry,
your
Tim, I
taste.
just had to.
Okay, so I'm gonna use this avocado gadget here. Why don't you give that a stir, Mayor?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, we're gonna get this avocado cut here.
Y'all looked through the cookbook yet? Yeah? Some of you may have some of those things already in your kitchen, others not so much. It's still time. Very simple things, right? But very necessary during this time. Be able to have it.
So, Mayor, before we plate our dish, can you tell us how the City of Edinburgh is working to prepare residents, or maybe things that you're doing out in the field, maybe to keep us safe during
Sure,
storms?
thank you. So Chief Baldo Perez earlier went up, talked about safety. And I think what's important for all the residents to know, and everybody that even doesn't live in our city, the county, as was mentioned, the judge serves as the emergency management director. And so there's a county-wide plan, emergency plan. The city, we have an emergency plan as well. And in there, it has everything from what we're doing to prepare before a storm arrives, and then during the storm, what are the things that we need to do? I believe it's available online. Do we have it online, our plan? You can go to our city website, you can see what it involves. So for us, it's an ongoing effort. You know, a lot of the areas that we know are low areas here in our city, we try to prepare those way ahead of time. All the inlets, the storm drainage areas, we try to make sure they're clear of debris. As you all know, when we get some heavy rains, that is the issue that we have. For it to flow throughout the city, out to the Laguna Madre Bay as quickly as possible. There is a lot of construction sites out there, not just with the city, but just homes. I think right now we have over 60 subdivisions being built in our cities. There's a lot of home construction. You know, it's about keeping our residents safe, but at the same time, what to look out for to prepare. But what we ask really, it starts at home. you know, what we're doing here today is so essential because you're right. You know,
You don't want to be out driving around
Correct.
looking for
you can't
maybe
go through a
quick-
drive-through, okay,
Yeah,
at
quick
this
food
point.
option.
Correct.
You don't know where's flooded, which way can I go, what streets are blocked off. Probably not the safest.
Correct, and just be mindful of that, and we have so much access now compared to years ago to technology, communication, ways to communicate with each other, with your family, and then with us, with the city. I was mentioning earlier in an interview that for us, it's important that the residents keep themselves safe in your own neighborhood, your home. But you know, the other thing that's important is that keep us up to date as a city. We're not, unfortunately, all throughout our city. We're over 40 square miles. And so it's important that residents let us know what is happening. The sooner the better. There's some areas that are affected more so than others. You just saw that in Cameron County, right? It was just one portion, I think it was 4 blocks that were affected. Nowhere else is affected like they were, unfortunately, because of that tornado. And so that seems to happen here. Just don't think that you don't see perhaps or in your vicinity of your home some storm, clouds over you. There is probably going to be issues. Just heed to all the warnings.
All right, thank you so much, Mayor. And so we're almost ready to plate. I did want to add a little bit of cilantro just because we're in an emergency. You like cilantro?
We'll put all of that in there. Yeah.
Okay, I love cilantro too. It's okay like this on the counter for a little bit. So don't forget it's a plant too. So don't just get it home, leave it in that yucky plastic bag, put it away, right? We all do it. I know I do it too. But put it in a little jar with a little bit of water. That'll keep it hydrated, and then you can use it whenever you would like. So if I can get you, Mayor, to kind of put some of that chicken in our tacos there, I'll chop up plenty of cilantro.
All right.
And our chicken taco dinner will be ready. And we've got some healthy avocado. That is a healthy fat. So that will keep us full as well, along with all of this protein.
You know,
And might help ease some of the frustration when, at least if you're eating well during a stressful time. You were going to say, Mayor?
I was just going to continue just real quickly on you know, I keep on mentioning preparing your home. Even outside of your home, really, that's what I meant, not just inside. You know, outside your homes, we all know our homes, what we have out there. Make sure they're clear and they're close to the home. Just be mindful of that, and be mindful of your neighbors. I know some windstorms, we've had some. Yes. Well, I think the joke was, let me see what trampoline I end up with, right, this time. And we shouldn't, I mean, it's just important that we are mindful of that. It's amazing. I'm not sure who the speaker was that talked about the impact. But I think it was the water chief, Baldo Perez, talked about that, how much water it'll take to, but also wind. You know, there's sometimes when we get some wind, some strong windstorms that'll just, you know, take any piece of furniture that's not tied down outside. So be mindful of that.
So I'll let you do the final cilantro honors.
Okay, all right.
Why don't you sprinkle some of that? And there is our dinner option, chicken tacos, ladies and gentlemen. Really comes together fast during an emergency.
There you go. Anybody want to volunteer to taste test this?
So thank you so much, Mayor. Anything else you would like to mention? Again, thank you for having us here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to our county judge and the county that has been working on this for some time. This is a great demonstration. That cookbook is great. I know we ran out, but are they online somewhere, or
Well,
could we?
yeah,
Okay.
we're just down the street. If we have the information, just call our office if you would like extras, or if you did not get one today, 956-383-1026.
Thank you, and stay informed, stay prepared, and if anybody who has any questions or anything you'd like to know from our city, feel free to give us a call.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.